Hello boys and girls, my name is White Rhino PSO, and today we are playing some more The Curious Expedition. And as you can see, now that we are on a desert map, the little icon's showing that as I travel, I'm going to be using up water. I'm actually hoping that either this question mark or this question mark is... also, as you can see, this expedition now takes place on 4 giant areas of map rather than 2. Now I'm hoping one of these 2 is going to be a place I can trade, and then I can get rid of the snowshoes and remount onto my donkey. And I'm going to go there because it's the same amount either way, whether I went there or there. And that one's actually closer to there. Alright. Ooh, even better. Just what I hoped. There was a trader. Also, I gained an exploration point, so now I could actually upgrade some of these guys if I really wanted to. The scout would gain more viewing distance, and the translator would give me more sanity while sleeping in villages. Or I could wait and promote the soldier again, but your second promotion requires 2 points instead of the 1. I think I'm going to promote the scout. So now he's got 9 hit points, and as you can see, there was a little wave where more stuff was explored. So now there's 2 more spots to finally go to. But first, the trader. A wandering tradesman had pitched up camp here. The mysteriously dressed trader had a lot of useful goods on offer. Most of them seemed to be the remains of other failed expeditions. He hesitated before presenting us with a selection of his wares. We could not help but think that he was hiding something from us. And also, I start with 2 standing. I think it's because I have the 2 natives in my group. So, alright, there's more whiskey. There is a treasure pendulum. I'm not entirely sure what that does. A small sunflower, the initials TT are engraved on its back. More machetes, more chocolate. Native trinket. It will improve the loyalty of a person if I gift it to them. So that might help me in the future. Drums, which I think I've heard will give you back some sanity if you play them. Food cans, which I think might also be a kind of like chocolate and whiskey. You eat it to get more sanity back. So what can I trade away? That's not a whole lot. I'll get 2 water back just because I believe these are, yeah, it's a 20 stack. Wow, that's a lot. Same for you. Man, I can't really trade for a whole lot right now. Actually, let me give off my machetes because, no, I'll give all my machetes because I don't think you're really going to need them in the desert. Not that I can remember what the map looks like off the top of my head anyway. Man, this guy's stingy with that, wow, with that whiskey. And then that's way too much for him. I'll keep 2 machetes and get some more for my whiskey stack and more for my water stack. The trader seemed expectant regarding our possible return as happy customers. Alright, so I can do 25 for here, 24 for there. Or I'll sneak up this way for 13. I think while I'm here, well, as you can see, the compass is only showing 55%, and it's showing quite a spread between, mostly in a sort of northeast direction. But I am going to run over here to this question mark first, which is, what is that? An old camp. We approached an old campsite. There were debris of what seemed to be failed expedition from long ago. What little remained was rotten. They must have quarreled over loot. I lost a day by searching. I was confident we would find something valuable here. We formed small teams and scoured the place. We were delighted to see that one of the corpses was still clinging to valuable equipment. Alright, more chocolate and weather balloons to collect interesting scientific data. I don't really know what that means. Let's give one a shot. Huh. Okay. I think that, like, you send it up and then it gives you... and it explores a place. So I've got a tomb and a mission. And I got another point that I can use to promote somebody if I wanted. I kind of don't want to promote the translator, because I get village rest sanity and a standing bonus, but he doesn't seem all that useful otherwise. I might actually eventually kick him out for somebody better. And because, yeah, unmounted, the donkey can carry 3, mounted can carry 2, and I've got an empty hole now, so I can mount them and have a slightly better effect as I move. Now, that compass might also be showing this magnetic mountain. So I'm going to head for the mission. All right. And there is a panther that, if I go anywhere near them, will definitely come after me. And down here is another question mark. But right now I'm entering a mission. We went through the gate and were welcomed by an old missionary. He rejoiced at the sight of new faces, as he had been alone for longer than he cared to remember. Access the storage room. The priest permitted us access to the mission storage room and promised that he would have all items dispatched to the civilized world if we were unable to retrieve them ourselves. So now what I can do here is drop off 3 items, and then when the expedition ends, he mails them to us. So I can actually come back here and drop things off if I really wanted to. In fact, I'm going to do that with the machetes. I'm going to do that with the torches. I'll do it with the ropes too. Just because I want, like, extra holes for potential loot, and I don't really know. I think the ropes are used for wetlands, which I don't think a desert's going to have many of. The machetes, likewise with the jungle, and the torches, I can also explore those areas sometimes just by making a correct challenge roll anyway. Once we were done with the storage room, our host returned to his everyday duties. What do they got on trade? The missionary produced some of his supplies. More bullets, more first aid, and climbing gear, but I don't have anything to trade off. We were not able to come to an agreement with the preacher, and because I am less than 50% sanity, I think I'm going to stay overnight. The priest thought it only right to request compensation. Shit. If we desired to rest within the walls of the mission, we would have to make a donation. Mother of God. Whoa, not the whole 10. I'm going to give him 2 med kits and a bullet. And I think that should be enough. Yeah, he doesn't want water. Actually... there we go. A medkit, some bullets, and chocolate. With his demands met, he permitted us to stay rest overnight. The remainder of the evening was uneventful, and we soon drifted off to sleep. I gained 30 sanity and lost a day. A man who wastes 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. The priest inquired as to whether he could be of further assistance. Right now, that would be a no. We shook hands and he wished us well. Then it was time to go forth to new adventures. All right. Kind of weird, like, floaty drag if you remove the right click before you stop moving it. So 16 down to there, 36 down to there. Hold on. I should have gone here. Examine the tomb. A small pyramid had been almost completely enveloped by the sand. It must have been some kind of a grave built by an ancient civilization. A small opening led into the darkness. We entered the dark tomb. Mankind had not set foot here for hundreds of years. There was a stone sarcophagus in the center of the small chamber. Open it. The smell of rot and decay filled the air as we lifted the cover from the sarcophagus. Inside, we discovered a perfectly preserved mummy. All of a sudden, it started to groan and limp towards us. Oh, it's fight time. What do you got? 3 different dice. That's a whole lot of hit points. But, yes, I'm mounted, so I still get the donkey dice. As horrible as that sounds. A feint. Multi-attack with a stun. Do I need all 3? I can... Shit. I can stun one of his dice. What else can I do? Look out for 2. Outstanding tactics for 4. Tactical advantage for 3. Outstanding tactics for 4. I'm going to go with shield. Do I still have... Okay, I'll still do the multi-attack to stun. I'm going to save that and roll the rest. Ah, see? Because the shotgun plus the sword gives a multi-attack, which still only attacks the one guy, but it does 3. And then a hoof for another 2. Only got him down 5 hit points. Oh, nice. He rolled bad. Because, see, his dice are 2 big claws, 1 small claw, and 3 nothing. And because of that stun definitely helped me. I'm going to hold off on... You know what? No. I'm going to use a bullet just to see how it is. 1 damage. I can do precise. Precise with strong bleeding. I'll do that. So he's got 3 strong bleeding, whatever that leads to. Another hoof. What else can I get? Another shield. Grab that. Shit. Okay, so the red dice does me nothing today. Right now, at least. Shotgun blast for 2. So he's down to 7, but I've got no rolls and nothing I can do with those 2 dice. And he gave us 2 hits. Alright, the donkey is not bleeding. And did somebody else take some damage? Oh, I think it all went to the donkey. Alright, so you have, what? 4 hit points. I'll give you a hoof. And a kick. And that'll be enough to end it. We deprived the remains of anything useful. I lost standing, even though it was a mummy. Wow, 100 fame. Definitely taking that. Alright. Now, the donkey is bleeding, though. I'm going to use the med kit. We assembled camp and tend to the injured. Heal Ms. Ashford the donkey. We use the first aid kit to treat the injuries of Ms. Ashford. She has more color in her cheeks afterward. So, full health and no longer bleeding, which is very nice. And everybody else is at full health. Oh, and you can see I got that extra support dice as part of that medal I got. Alright, so up there is an unknown. Same with down here. The compass is suggesting that the exit is somewhere to the southeast, which I'm not sure how accurate that is. Alright, I'm going to go there. I unlocked another explorer. Apparently I unlocked an explorer earlier. I'm not sure who, though. What is this? An old camp. We entered an old campsite. There were debris of what seemed to be failed expedition from long ago. The rotten remains of what must have been an African explorer presented us with a toothless smile. I surely would not end like this. I lost a day. This place surely retained some trinkets of worth. We spread out and searched the area. To our surprise, one of the rotten crates still held some valuable equipment. Red berries, which I believe are just more sanity return, and 5 machetes. Alright. I am kind of low on sanity, though. Berries don't give you a whole lot, but I'd rather open up that inventory slot if at all possible. Down to 13 water, and that will lose me 5 of them. But that's the next question mark I can see. Ooh, there's another one up there, too. What is this? Stone overhang. We arrived at a rock overhang. It would serve as a basic shelter against the elements. Let's rest overnight. Oh, Jesus. We settled down to catch our breath. That night, something felt amiss as we rested by the fireplace. It took but a second to discover the reason why Anupam Sethna woke me up in the middle of the night, panic in his face. An thing had burrowed itself deep into his ear. He blacked out from pain as I removed the creature with a pair of tweezers. The bleeding was easily taken care of, but the ear was a complex apparatus, and so it did not surprise me that he had sustained some hearing loss from this episode. He was not amused at all, but I hoped his hearing would eventually recover. Alright, so he gains hearing loss for 39 days, and Luke gets a -1 to combat rolls. I've never seen that one before. But now, I am resting, so I get a bunch of sanity back as I do. After days of resting, we prepared to head out again. The imposing rock overhang had been a great shield against the elements. I could rest again, but that would probably be a waste considering how much sanity I need left. The compass is 84% sure that I think that is the way out. But I also have not met that guy yet. I would lose 1, 2, 3, 4. I would lose 4 water. No, 5 water going here. And 44 sanity. But I've got enough whiskey that I can get that back. If you take a quest, like a side quest, like finding the guy, and then you don't do it, you actually, oh, what is that? A giant scorpion. Great. If you take a quest but then don't complete it, then you actually lose a bit of fame, I believe. I can get more viewing distance. I'm actually going to promote this guy again. Oh, yes. And so he gets a second red combat die. I can actually promote him a 3rd time if I wanted to. There's a village, though. We entered a native village. Its inhabitants were apparently some form of religious unity. We entered the settlement of a nomadic tribe. A man in a British officer's uniform welcomed us to his village. Immediately I realized that he was the deserter we had been asked to find. He introduced himself as Lieutenant Konrad. I sensed that the villagers did not favor this rogue officer. Escort him home. Konrad assured us that he would not be coming with us. Oh, I guess I gotta fight him for it. 12 hit points, 2 combat dice, and a green dice. Can't use the mummy. What am I doing? I'm gonna use a bullet just for some extra. Bullet, double attack, or a precise attack. Give him a precise. What does he have for hit? Oh, only 9? What else can I add to this? Another precise. A punctuation with strong bleeding. Give him a hoof. Oh, I didn't even need to make him bleed. Give him a kick. Konrad's decoration. Oh. I take that and it gives me an extra square. I think that means he's with me. I gain standing. We had no choice but to kill Konrad. His military decoration would serve as proof of our actions. The villagers were thankful for his removal and returned to their common routine. Can I trade anything? I don't really have anything to trade. But it looks like I'm out of time here, so I'm going to cut this video short while I'm still in the village, or at least I'm going to try to. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.